President Trump is launching a new effort to get more Americans into job training programs nationwide.
The news followed a meeting with the president's cabinet. CBS 2's Brian Conybeare is in our newsroom with more details. Brian?
Well, Christina, Maurice, the main focus at the White House today was on job creation and a new apprenticeship program the president is unveiling this week.
The apprenticeship's a very good word from the Trump standpoint, the word apprentice.
During his first full cabinet meeting Monday, President Trump joked about his reality TV career while discussing a new program to get more young people into technical training programs nationwide.
There are millions of good jobs that lead to great careers, jobs that do not require a four-year degree or the massive debt that often comes with those four-year degrees.
The Department of Labor says nearly 600,000 jobs have been created since the first of the year, and there are still 6 million open jobs to fill. Some employers, particularly in healthcare and computers, can't find qualified workers.
If we can fix this skills gap, there's 6 million jobs that we can fill right now, and you compare that to 6.9 million individuals that are unemployed, and wow.
It's great to be here.
The president did not answer questions about his Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, volunteering to testify openly before the Senate Intelligence Committee tomorrow. That about the firing of former FBI Director James Comey and the Russia probe that Sessions recused himself from. Press Secretary Sean Spicer shared the president's thinking.
He wants this to get investigated as soon as possible and be done with it so he can continue with the business of the American people.
President Trump is unique in American history in violating the Emoluments Clause.
The emoluments clauses are anti-corruption rules in the Constitution. Attorneys General from Maryland and Washington, D.C. announced a lawsuit against Mr. Trump, accusing him of violating those rules that bar sitting presidents from taking money from foreign governments. Trump properties operate around the world, and they want to see his tax returns.
We're concerned that foreign governments are coming to the Trump businesses for the single purpose of currying special favor.
The White House dismissed the lawsuit as a political attack. Sean Spicer saying the people behind it belong to advocacy groups with partisan ties. Now, another legal development today, an appeals court in Seattle upheld a federal judge's ruling to block the president's revised travel ban that targets 6 Muslim-majority nations. The president's team is hoping the Supreme Court will rule in his favor. I'm Brian Conybeare, CBS 2 News.